Wilkesboro, North Carolina, where the field is rolling out for the start of today's 400-lap race on this .625-mile racetrack. And just as the field comes all around turn number 4, the sunshine peeks through, helping warm things here. Bill Elliott leads him down. Benny Parsons on the outside. The green flag flies, and the first Union 400 Winston Cup race from North Wilkesboro is underway. Everybody nicely through turns number 1 and 2 as Bill Elliott has the lead and Dale Earnhardt has jumped into second position, followed by Benny Parsons and Bobby Allison. So here we go. It's just about to go away. They both coming out of turn 4. Earnhardt gets the lead. We had just heard from our spotters that Neil Ryan. Dale Earnhardt is on his last lap. This will be his 24th career win. Dale Earnhardt wins the first Union 400 at North Wilkesboro.
Alrighty, everyone, welcome to tonight's coverage of the Lightning Speed Cup Series live here on Extreme Sim TV. Coming at you live here tonight at Auto Club Speedway. Should be a great one here tonight. 100 laps is what the Cup Series will be going here tonight. And man, it should be a lot of fun. You can see a couple of cars out here Jeffrey Haywood, a couple of new guys in here as well. Justin down there, John back with us this week. Wasn't with us, we weren't here for them last week. We were back in action tonight at Auto Club, so they have had one race since we last covered them over at Daytona. Back here once again. Hopefully tonight goes a little bit smoother than Daytona did. And Jeffrey, top of the board already in that number 12 machine. And Nicholas there as well. Look at Nicholas Anderson there in the Ford car, top of the board, 41.173. Taking a look at Nicholas as he works his way out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway in that number 4 DuPont Chevrolet. Should be a lot of fun here. High downforce package at Auto Club always presents a good show. We'll probably end up with a little bit of tire wear as well. Pretty warm out here tonight, so we're going to have that going on. Should be interesting here. 2 minutes away from race time. The 4 car top of the board, you see him right now. Let's see if he posted a little bit better time. He does 41.167. That's a 41.167. Pretty good lap there for that driver there in that number 4 machine of Nicholas. Jeffrey, of course, right here in second. Third, Mr. David Duke there in the 78 as well. Good run for him inside the top 3 in that 78 Chevrolet. And now he'll drop to 4th as it looks like Jonathan Lees jumps up to 3rd in that 10 machine, or the custom number 9. Not technically the 10, it's technically the 9. Keep that in mind all night long as he works his way down the back straightaway. Again, I expect the tires to wear here 15-20 laps in. But up until that point, I expect we're going to see a lot of pack racing for most of the night until we get some tire wear going on. And right now, everybody at the top of the board, the 4 cars still up there on top of the board right now. Nothing has changed at the very tippy top. A couple of guys have jumped around here. See the number 9 machine now in 11th. In that DuPont machine slash Pepsi, good looking race car here. Brandon out here as well in the 5. Good run for Brandon down the back straightaway. Brandon as he heads into turns 3 and 4. And that number 5 Lowe's Chevrolet. Beautiful looking paint scheme on that car. Red, white, and blue, beautiful Lowe's machine working his way down the front straightaway once again. And Brandon looks like he's going to score in 6th. Man, Nicholas Anderson top of the board here, and it looks like he's going to grab the pole here tonight in the Lightning Speed Racing League here on Extreme Sim TV. And right now, Nicholas still at the top of the board. Chad jumps up to 2nd in that 87 car. Good for run for him as well. Let's take a look at your track facts for Auto Club Speedway. What these guys will be dealing with here tonight at Auto Club. Taking a look at it right now as Checkered Flag is out on qualifying. It's a 2-mile racetrack. Again, it's going to be roughly 100 laps here tonight or 200 miles. It's actually a 2.5 miler. iRacing. It's not 2 miles, it's 2.5. So it should be 250 or so miles here tonight. Track temp 113 degrees. 88 degree air temp here tonight. So it's going to be a warm one when we get this one underway here in just a moment. These cars may slip and slide, wear the tires out pretty quickly. And let's take a look at your starting lineup here tonight. Of course, Nicholas Anderson there in that 4 machine grabbed the pole here tonight. Starting to his outside was at 82. Also, Chad right there as well as Jeffrey Haywood there in the 4th spot. Starting 5th here tonight, David Duke there and Mr. Holt there in 6th. Starting 7th, Daniel Keith Jr., Jonathan Lee back here in 8th. Starting 9th, Brandon Browing and Justin back there as well. John back here in 11th, Nick there 12th, 13th goes to Brad Henry, 14th. And rounding out the field, I believe this is your last row, Todd Owens and Justin Hobbs. Nope, one more row? Okay. Lee and Mark Everhart there as well. And that's your final row. I was one row off. Oh well. One row off, I guess. Well, we're going to get ready to go green. A little bit bigger field, I believe, than what we had back at Daytona, so that's nice to see. As everybody's rolling off behind the iRacing pace car again. 100 laps here tonight when we do get them going. And you see the 12 there, that Xfinity Camaro rolling out on the racetrack as well. Justin back here in the 28 Halloween machine. Everybody gonna roll through, get ready to go green in just a moment. See John right there in the 13 as well. 13/38, getting ready to go. Everybody down the back straightaway once again, getting ready to go green as Nicholas will lead them down, starting from the pole here tonight. Great qualifying effort out of that 4 machine. We'll see if he can hang on all night long to the front of the field since he's got such a great starting spot here tonight. Maybe he can hold the rest of these guys off. Again, 100 laps here tonight. That's going to be your distance here from California. High track temp, a lot of tire wear coming up. So here we go. Lights are out on top of the iRacing pace car. Nicholas will lead them down. We'll get ready to get this one underway on Extreme Sim TV. Thank you all for coming out here tonight. Here we go, getting ready to go green here out of turn number 4. Pace car is off, and the Lightning Speed Cup Series is green on Extreme Sim TV. Nicholas, great start on that loud pedal, jumps out ahead, and he is gone. Man, he put at least 3-4 car lengths on that battle for second. As there's 3 wide, that's the 82, the 12 there as well. The 12, all kinds of out of shape in turn number 1. You gotta be careful. Cold tires here. 1 car sideways. We got trouble. Big trouble back straight away. That's the 87 that went around, and yellow already out. On the back straightaway, taking out at least 3 of them. Lap number 1, yellow flag out. We'll go take a look at it again. As they were coming off of turn number 2, I believe it was turn 2. The 87 got all kinds of sideways. Man, oh man. Indeed it was. Take a look. Let's just get a little bit loose on. Oh, actually the 78 on the top side got loose. And nowhere for these cars behind them to go. Track completely blocked. And we took out at least 5-6 cars there in the opening corner. Not a good start to this one. And we will see what happens here in just a moment. One more look. We'll go from the chopper cam here. You can see the contact getting ready to happen. Nothing you can do on the inside. But somebody's up above you and they just come down, get loose. Nothing you get it done to miss it. A lot of guys coming through getting on the brakes, but not hard enough. And then we end up with a mess off of turn number 1. And the 87 still on pit road. Looks like we're going to have 4 a lap down here. The 87 car all torn up. Nicholas Anderson, though, got a great jump. He was out way clear of that. Luckily for him, first caution of the night. Lap number 3. Well, 3 laps complete. First yellow of the evening here at Auto Club Speedway. 1 car getting loose on the outside of another and coming down, and that just spelled trouble for the whole pack. As we got everybody up and going once again. Again, early on here in this one, 100 laps the distance here tonight. And man, oh man, I talked about it being hot and slick, and it come true right off the bat. Big time trouble. These guys are going to have to watch out for that going forward. Well, that's on the iRacing pace car. So, whenever we get a chance, we get ready to go back green flag racing once again. As the 4 machine leads the way, that DuPont colored, American flag color flames there, that is actually beautiful. I like that. Man, I've seen some great looking cars this week, but that one's right up there. And we'll get ready to go green once again in just a moment. After a huge incident there off of turn number 1 and 2 to start this one out. And see if the lights will go off on the pace car this time by. And they should, I would believe. And they are not off. Alright, we got at least one more pace lap. So while we do this, let's go ahead and see if we can grab. See if I've got the grabby powers. Possibly have the grabby powers. Let's see here. It's a little bit low there, but let's see if I got some grabby power. And grab Mr. Nicholas. There he is. Alright, let's see. Discord. I need to get that fixed. No, it's not letting me pull him. Unfortunately, we can't pull him. I'll see if I can get a hold of the league admin here and see if we can get me some pulling people powers here. Maybe we can grab an interview with Nick there. Unfortunately, at the moment, we can't. So we will just hang on here. Light's still on the top of the pace car. And right now, circulating around Auto Club Speedway. Early on in this one, trouble already brought the yellow out. And I mean, it was massive. Pretty much a parking lot off of turn 2. And again, we're going to have somewhere around 95 or 94 to go still when we get ready to go back green here in just a moment. And really haven't had time to see much as far as who has got a car to get up there with Nick. We didn't even really get up to speed that time before the yellow came out, so it's going to be kind of hard to tell right now if anybody's got anything for Nick. But man, he got a great start, and that start really helped him out in that 4 machine. We'll see how it goes here going forward. So another restart here at Auto Club, second restart, or the second start of the night after the first caution of the evening. Let's see how this one fares. Here we go, down the back straightaway. Lights are off the top of the pace car. Everybody, including myself, happy to see that. And we'll get ready to go back green here in just one moment, as we're side by side at the front of the field. Here we go. The 82 up there with the 4 machine and Nicholas. Let's see how this restart's going to play out here. Again, just 5 laps complete here tonight, folks. Out of turn number 4. Pace car will dive back on pit road. We'll get them back underway in the Lightning Cup Series here on Extreme Sim TV. Here we go. Lap number 6 on the board. We're getting ready to go back green at Auto Club.
Green flag, green flag.
Again, good start. Nicholas jumps out. Great start. Again, gets a good jump. We've seen that the first 2 starts. Don't think he got as good a jump as he did last time. Brent there in second. Jeffrey there in third. And we've seen these cars really loose the first time through 1 and 2. This time looks to be a little bit more stable. Now these 3 will get in a line here. Try to draft back up to Nicholas. Not going to work as the 78 will dive it down in there. That's David Duke diving it in for third. He'll have the bottom lane, but he's not going to be able to slide up here. He'll have to get back in the line. down the front straightaway, already starting to see some space building between these cars. See back behind them, everybody in line as well. See on back here, let's go take a look at Daniel in the 23. Nick right there in the 9 machine, the 28 as well. A little bit of side-by-side racing back here in the pack. Todd Owens back here as well. Right there in the mix in that number 81 machine. Not missing anything out front. The gap pretty much the same. Battle for second brewing. As you can see right here, David Duke and Jeffrey running right there with each other. Basically on top of each other, and right behind them, Brandon right there in 4th in that 5 machine has moved his way to 4th. Brent back to 5th. Daniel 6th. Nick 7th. Justin in 8th. Trouble back straightaway deep in the field. Couple of cars going around. And no caution as of yet. That is Mark in the 24 in trouble. No yellow. Let's go take a look at what happened here. It was deeper in the pack. Man, oh man, what in
Alright man, caution is out. Caution is out.
On the racetrack. Lap number 9. Caution finally out. And what happened here? Just a little bit of contact between the 24 and 25. Got them both in trouble. Up into the outside wall went that 24 machine. And eventually the yellow did come out. And Nicholas Steele, your race leader. 9 out of 100 complete. Well, folks, we're going to take our first commercial break of the evening, and we'll be right back with you here on Extreme Sim TV in just a moment.
We are back at North Wilkesboro, North Carolina, where the field is rolling out for the start of today's 400 lap race on this .625 mile racetrack. And just as the field comes all around turn number 4, the sunshine peeks through, helping warm things here. Bill Elliott leads him down. Benny Parsons on the outside. The green flag flies, and the first Union 400 Winston Cup race from North Wilkesboro is underway. Everybody nicely through turns number 1 and 2 as Bill Elliott has the lead, and Dale Earnhardt has jumped into second position, followed by Benny Parsons and Bobby Allison. Oh, here we go. It's just about to go away. They bump coming out of turn 4. Earnhardt gets the lead. We had just heard from our spotters that Neil Ryan. Dale Earnhardt is on his last lap. This will be his 24th career win. Dale Earnhardt wins the first Union 400 at North Wilkesboro.
Alrighty, folks, as we're getting ready to go back, green flag racing once again. I'm trying to get it fixed to where I can pull people here. So as we're working on that, 13 of 100 complete here tonight. First two yellows of the evening. Getting ready to wrap up the second one here. Still out front. That is going to be Nicholas out in the race lead in that number 4 DuPont machine. We'll get ready to go once again. Lots off the top of the iRacing pace car, folks. So momentarily we will be right back. Green flag racing. 13 of 100 complete here tonight as we get ready to roll them once again. And right now, everybody double file. We're looking for the green this time by. Nicholas on the bottom. Here we go. Nicholas Anderson on the inside of the racetrack getting ready to go green. Here we go out of turn number 4, side by side. And green, we're back underway once again. Everybody coming back up to speed one more time. Everybody fighting their way through. Nicholas, great start up in front, up ahead. Doing a great job pulling away. It's Mr. Brent there behind him, right there in the 82 machine. Jonathan Lee back here as well. Look at the 12 working his way through. He's on fresher tires. He's a part of the crew that just pitted under that last green flag, or that last caution flag. And right now Jeffrey working his way forward up into third. Brent there in second. Nicholas Anderson's got a nice little gap, but Jeffrey fresher tires by about 12 laps. Here comes Jonathan Lee right back on him down the front straightaway. He'll jump out to the top side. Trying to use the high side to get around him this time. Into 1 and 2. Can't hold the momentum up there in that 9 Coors Light machine. He will fall back. David Duke there as well in the 78 back here side by side. Along with Todd Owens. You see that battle right now. That's 5th and 6th. Into turns 3 and 4. Looks like David is going to hang on. Owens going to drop back. Here comes Justin in the 28 machine on the bottom as well. Back in the line they go. 16 complete of the 100 here tonight. Look at John back here as well. John having a decent run in that 13 machine right behind him. Nick in a battle as well with the 24 of Mark Everhart. Mark right here having a great run. Dangle doing everything he can. These guys really stacked up. You're back in the pack right now. 3 wide behind them. And be careful. Trouble, the 7. Wow, what a save from the 7. Our camera did not catch it. But what a save. Wow. One more look at that as they was coming through 3 and 4. What a save. Look at this. Completely sideways. He'll hang on to it in that 7 machine. 2 laps down, but at least he didn't wreck the car there. That could have been really bad. 17 complete now. And looking up through the field, these guys all over each other. Again, we're about 3 to 4 laps away from 80 laps to go here at Auto Club Speedway. That's the 195 machine right there, center of your screen. Mr. Nick right there trying to hang on. He's got company from Henry. Henry putting all kinds of pressure on him, trying to keep an eye up front. Meanwhile, we have a lead change as the 12 newer tires has snuck his way out in front of the 4. So those newer tires did pay off. Right behind him, Brent coming through as well. So newer tires to the front of the field. Jeffrey, great job. Nicholas back to 3rd here. And again, these tires just coming into play already. 19 complete this time by. As 19 in the books, you see David back here as well. Nicholas right there in the 4 car. And Nicholas Nicholas hanging on back in line. He'll drop back to 4th. Started from the pole tonight. Did a great job jumping out to the race lead. Now dropping back. Now underneath of him as well. That's going to be the 78 of David Duke getting through. So again, starting to slide back here is that number 4 DuPont machine. See Justin right back there as well. Todd Owens along with John inside the top 10 also. It's a good racing on the racetrack right now. Now starting to get into a little bit of a green flag run. As before, again, 2 early cautions in the race earlier. Now everybody getting it kind of figured back out once again. Behind them side by side, a couple of cars. That's going to be Mark on the top side here with the 195 on the bottom. And Nick will slide on by. Good run there by Nick. Now everybody will start to get back in line again. Meanwhile, Jeffrey up in front of the field. You're not missing much. Still holding the race lead in that number 12 Xfinity machine, hanging on out in front right now. Behind them is going to be Brent and David Duke. Nicholas has dropped back to 5th on the older tires. It's not his strategy right now, not panning out that well, as he has dropped back plumb to the 5th position. Now, what can you do if you're Nicholas? You're on the opposite strategy and yellow out once again. Try to find the incident. See if we can find it. We got one down here in the grass. That's the 195 of Nick. So yellow out once again. Oh, just tight racing. The 78's going to clip him down across traffic. Luckily, nobody else really got involved. That could have been a lot worse than what it was. It's the 195 machine there, that National Guard machine, up the racetrack. And just, yeah, slap got run over by the 78 there. So yellow out once again. Lap number 23 on the board. Jeffrey out front. He's got 12 laps on his tires at the moment. So 12 on his tires right now. We'll get ready to send them back racing one more time. And everybody hanging on. Lights atop the iRacing pace car back on once again. So as we're getting ready to go one more time. Again, another caution period for incident on the racetrack. See what we've got here as we're getting ready to come down pit road. It'll be 4 fresh tires once again. So no big surprise there. Everybody for the most part coming down. And easy does it. 24 of 100 complete here. So everybody will bring it down nice and slow. And in their box, I don't think well, Todd Owens and Brad did decide to stay out. So we're going to have 2 staying out here. I don't think that strategy is going to work. I just don't see that working. So 2 staying out right now. You see Todd right there in that number 81 machine. Has stayed out for now. See if they elect to come down this time or not. 24 of the 100 laps complete here tonight. Coming up on a quarter of the way through this one. That's right, folks. 1/4 already down. Rash of cautions early on. It's going to be interesting to see if we get a long green flag run. Who is able to come out and be on top by the time we get to, say, lap 60 or 70. But at the rate we're going, I don't know if we're going to get one of those long green flag runs or not. Every time I think they're starting to get in the rhythm, we have an accident. We've seen tire strategy already. And right now, Todd Owens at the front of the field. 25 laps on his tires. Everybody else is pitted. So if I'm Todd, I think I'm going to bring it to pit road because I don't think this strategy is going to work out very well for Mr. Todd there. Staying out 25 lap old tires with nobody else out there with him at all. And I do mean nobody. So we will see how this works when we do go back green. I really wish I could talk to some of these guys. I just can't pull them, unfortunately. I'm sure that me and the league owners will get together after this and get that fixed before the next time we come out here with these guys. So again, 25 complete here tonight. And we will slowly work our way around Auto Club Speedway under caution once again. So right now the 81, again, he's going to be on 25 lap old tires for this restart. Jeffrey there on 1 lap old tires. Everybody else on back pretty much on brand new tires for this restart here coming up in just a moment. Alrighty, here we go. Lights are off to top the pace car. 26 of 100 complete here tonight. Getting ready to turn them back loose once again. Again, out front. That's going to be Todd Owens trying to hang on. Jeffrey second. Brent third. Nicholas back there as well, as we will get them going once again. 26 complete here tonight. And we're going to see if Todd Owens and this tire strategy pays off. 26 laps on those tires. Man, oh man, he has not stopped. And that's just not... I don't see any way this strategy is going to pay off for him here. But we're about to find out. And here we go. And a little bit of blinking there from Mr. Owens as well. Hanging on there in that 81 machine. 26 of 100 in the books. And off of turn number 4 we go. Lights are off the top of the pace car. 26 of 100 complete here tonight, folks. Getting ready to go green once again on Extreme Sim TV. Out of turn number 4. Pace car will dive down pit road. Flagman's got the flag in his hand, and we are back green once again here at Auto Club. A little bit early on that call, my bad, as we're back side by side. Todd Owens, as we head towards turn 1, he's going to have to hold that car as straight as he can, because he's going to have a pack of hungry hounds on him right here. Top side's the 12. He's stuck in the middle, and around he goes. The 12 involved. The 38, oh my good googly moogly, you have got to be kidding me. Well, I called it. I said it wasn't going to work. And disaster strikes again. These guys got to be running out of fast repairs at this point as we wad them up off of turn 2. Wow. Trouble off of turn 2. We'll get a camera on it in just a moment for you. Well, let's take a look at what just happened. Man, oh man, oh man. See, they're all going to get stacked up down here. cars all going to get stacked up here. Todd's in the middle. He starts moving around. The 12 gets clipped, and once that happens, just watch these cars coming in here. Know where they can really go. The 5's collected. A ton of race cars involved off of turn number 2. Going back out on the racetrack. Once again, 28 complete. Well, we got a little break here. Let's try to get a word with Nick here. He's out front. Let's see if we got the ability to grab him now. Possibly. Nope, still won't let me pull Mr. Nick, unfortunately. Not as of yet, anyway. Folks, back under caution here. 29 of 100 complete, and we'll be right back with you here on Extreme Sim TV. Alrighty, folks, back here with you once again. We'll get ready to go back green flag racing one more time. That number 4 machine is going to be back out front once again, back on the front row. And I'll tell you what, if he gets back out there and get back away from these guys, if this thing goes green, I have a feeling it's going to be hard for any of these guys to catch him. Watts off atop the iRacing pace car. We're going to get ready to go green once again here at Auto Club Speedway. Out of turn number 4. 31 of 100 in the books. Pace car will dive down pit road. Here we go. Green flag back in the air once again. We're back underway one more time. You should see officially Everhart and Holt out of this one. And good start there again for that Ford DuPont machine. He'll start to pull away once again. As he pulls his way out in front of Mr. David Duke here. David hanging with him. Yellow out back in the pack once again. Yellow is out. Cars around. Try to get a camera on it once again. The 27 in this one. That is going to be Justin. And the 12 just turned him around. I don't know. Maybe Justin came down. 25 caught up in it. Taking a look again. The 12 on the bottom. Right at his left rear quarter panel. And just 27 came down, but he had no room into the outside wall hard once again. And Yellow back out on the racetrack for a second time here this evening. Well, not a second time, but another time. Let's take a look at our race facts here. And Yellow back out here, 33 of 100 complete. And let's take a look at your facts here so far. Man, oh man. So let's take a look at your race statistics here. And 5 cautions for a total of 17 laps in the first 33. Back under Yellow once again here. And the 27 will roll off of pit road here. Use a fast repair to try to get that car fixed. And we will see how the rest of his night goes. And we're getting ready here to go back green. 34 complete of 100. See, the 27 still on pit road here. And let's see, Nicholas out in front as we roll back around under caution once again. And again, Yellow back out. The iRacing pace car lights are back on. And we'll get ready for another restart here in just a moment. And folks, it's really hard to tell you what's going to go on here because we haven't had a long enough run to really much tell who has the dominant car. We know the 4 is good. When we've seen him get out there, he also kind of got passed because of old tires earlier on. But these cautions are just mixing up the tire strategy so much. It's really hard to get a flow on who is going to be the car to beat here tonight. Just shy, or just at 35 complete here this evening. You see all kinds of cars in pit road with crash damage here. And it's been a crazy one already tonight. 35 of 100 in the books this evening. And they'll get ready to go green once again here in just a moment. So let's stop the iRacing pace car. everybody side by side. And we should get the lights off this time by. And just here in a moment, we should be getting ready to roll them back once again. So, we'll see when we go back green. Maybe these guys, we can get in a rhythm here, kind of get us a long run going. Is what I'm kind of hoping for. See what we come up with here and who is going to have the dominant car. Right now, it's just really hard to figure out who is going to be the de facto dominant car here. Like I said, we just haven't got the laps in to do that yet. And 36 of 100 in the books. And lights are off atop the pace car. 36 of 100 in the books right now. Nicholas, David, Duke, Nick, Jonathan, Lee, Jeffrey, Brent, John, Daniel, and Henry, all in your top 9 along with Justin. So here we go, getting ready to go once again. And side by side we go. Once again for another restart here tonight. Up front, David Duke, Nicholas alongside. Again, it's going to be 37 on the board of 100. We work our way back through. And here we go out of turn number 4. Green flag getting ready to go back in there. 37 on 100 on the board. Here we go. Green flag back in the air. Nicholas jumps out ahead. Right behind him, David Duke, Nick, Jonathan, Jeffrey, and Brent there as well. Everybody will get back in the line. Lap number 37 on the board, this time by Jonathan Lee. Up there on the top side, there'll be 3 wide. Hang on to it. One car going around. But it looks like we're going to stay green here as he slid off the racetrack. You see John there in the 7th position, right behind Daniel, trying to hang on in there as well. Guys going at it right now. Look at this group of cars back here deeper in the pack. John, Henry, Justin, Nick, all these guys right with one another. And right now the 9 machine there of Henry trying to hang on underneath John here for 7th. Great battle right now, side by side, off of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, one car behind him as well. Down now, double file, a couple of rows back. John moving kind of backwards here. You see him there in that 38 dropping back. Nothing he can do about that. Kind of trapped on the outside. Everybody around the bottom right now. 38 complete. $39 on the board. Right now up front, Nicholas leading the way. David Duke there as well. Jeffrey, Jonathan Lee back there also trying to hang on. Right now Nicholas hanging on right now. Right now, Nicholas trying to pull away. See him trying to pull away here. Nicholas doing everything he can just to inch away from David Duke. David Duke staying with him. And I tell you what, if this run starts to develop into a longer run, I think we're going to have quite a battle up here between David Duke and Nicholas. David right there behind him, just a couple of car lengths back. Again, it's going to be 41 on the board this time by single file for the most part up front. Again, it'll be 41 laps on the board as they come by this time. And 41 it is. .41 on the board. Right now out front, Nicholas and David going at it. Single file down the back straightaway right now. Nicholas Anderson, David Duke, Jeffrey, Brent, Jonathan Lee, and Dangle right there in your top 5 or top 6. Single file for the most part up at the front of the field. A little bit further back, we got some side-by-side racing. See Dangle right there, Justin back here as well in 7th. That's going to be a side-by-side battle with him and Henry in the 9. John right there trying to catch up to those two. Again, 42 laps on the board this time by. Starting to kind of get into our rhythm a little bit here. You see the 9 dropping back to 8. That's going to be Henry dropping back here. Not able to hang on so far to that position. 43 this time by. The leaders 18 laps on their stint. That's going to be Nicholas and David Duke. David Duke actually closing the gap down to Nicholas a little bit here. Trying to close just a little bit closer. 43 on the board this time by. Now starting to string some laps together. Here comes David Duke. Trying to make a move here on Nicholas. Side by side for 3rd as well. Taking a look right back there. Side by side for 3rd. That's the 12 of Jeffrey trying to work his way forward. We've seen him involved in an incident earlier. Back into the top 3. Trying to get back into the top 3. Almost did the same thing to the 82 that he did the other car earlier. Man, oh man. He is really diving these corners in there. And if these guys that are in front of him ain't careful, they're coming down and just getting turned off his bumper. 44 of 100 complete. As we're inching towards halfway here. Again, 44 of 100 in the books. Nicholas Anderson still out in front. Trying to open the gap back up. Down the back straightaway once again. Anderson out in front. David Duke 2nd. Brent 3rd. Jeffrey 4th. You see Jonathan Lee in 5th as well. Jonathan having a good run also in that number 9 machine. Dangle back there also. Also in 6th. Justin there in 7th. So 45 in the books here as we're inching closer and closer to halfway. You see the 7 there on the top side trying to make some ground back up. He is a lap down here. He's actually 2 laps down. Todd Owens right now in your free or your lucky dog spot. We do get another yellow. Meanwhile, David falling off the bumper of Nicholas just a little bit. And he's got Brent kind of breathing down his neck now. As we're heading towards halfway here. 46 on the board. And right now out in front, Nicholas doing a great job hanging on for the most part here. And having a good run in that 4 car side by side for 2nd. That's going to be Brent jumping to the outside of Mr. David Duke. He's going to try to get that car alongside on the top. Try to pinch that other car down if he can. It'll be 47 on the board this time by. And car on the outside wall. It's the 87. Oh boy. The 82 got in the outside wall of Brent off of turn 4. Got that car completely sideways. Did a great job to gather it back up and not bring out a caution. But that's definitely not going to help that car when you pound the outside wall like that. You can bend a lot of things up and under that race car. Now down the back straightaway, single file. He'll drop back to 4th here. And that's going to take some pressure off of David Duke to try to run back down on your race leader once again. Coming to 8:48 on the board this time by Nicholas out front. 48 on the board this time. Right now up front, Nicholas hanging on. David Duke there as well. Jonathan Lee right there also. So right now out in front, Nicholas doing everything in his power. And Nicholas pulling away. David Duke second. 3rd, Brent. 4th, Jonathan Lee. And you see Jonathan there in that number 9 machine trying to close down on the 82 of Brent. Brent got that damage after getting in the outside wall. And Easy does it here. 49 of 100 complete. It'll be halfway next time by. That 82 is definitely slower here than he was by quite a bit. Nicholas last time by, for reference, was about 7/10 of a second faster than that 82. He's doing everything he can just to hang on. Or excuse me, it was about 1/10 faster, and then just everybody doing everything they can just to hang on here. Of 100 complete. This time by. Getting ready to be 51 on the board. Nicholas out in front doing a great job hanging on. And right now Nicholas hanging on to the race lead at the moment. Right now, Nicholas hanging on out in front of Mr. David Duke. David Duke trying to close the gap here. Can't do it right now. 51 out of 100 complete. Right now, everybody hanging on to a pretty even pace. Nobody really gaining or losing too awful much, as we're just past halfway here tonight, folks. And we're going to go first crank it up of the night here on Extreme Sim TV. Alrighty, folks, back here with you. See this battle right here? That's the 28, the 9, and the 7. Now, the 7 is still one lap down here. He's trying to get some, or 2 laps down, excuse me. Trying to get some of his laps back. You see Brent right there in 3rd, doing everything he can, hanging on where he's at. Great battle so far. David Duke right there up in 2nd, hanging on for the most part here as well. Nicholas there also. Nicholas right there in the race lead, trying to pull away. Really, David Duke staying right there with him for the most part, not giving him much of a break here. 56 laps complete. David doing everything he can just to stay right there in touch with the 4. Crossing the stripe, 57 on the board this time by. 57 on the board this time by. Out of 100 complete. David Duke right there hanging on. Brent there in 3rd. See this battle as they work their way through. Nicholas still out front, starting to open up a little bit of a gap here. Actually doing a good job to pull away just a little bit. And right now doing a great job just inching away. This guy's trying to gang up behind him to run him back down, but it's not really working as of yet. And right now, Nicholas hanging on. David Duke 2nd. These guys 1 and 2. 60 will be on the board this time by. Nicholas right now up top. He's going to let some of these guys go on fresher tires. A couple of the guys near the back of the pack has pitted. And right now they'll fight their way through. 60 on the board. And right now you see these guys rocketing around. Nicholas still in the race lead, hanging on for the most part. Again, 60 of 100 in the books this time by. So we're going to be 60 of 100 in the books here. As Nicholas still out front, doing a great job in that 4 car, pulling away. And just inching away from everybody else. Nobody can even try to run him down at this point. 61 on the board this time by. And David Duke trying to inch back closer. See David back there in the 78 machine, now 1.9 seconds back. Man, I'm starting to think Nicholas has got these guys covered here tonight, because he is just inching away. You see, just pulling and pulling and pulling away. And you can see him just pulling away from the field and doing a great job of it. See Nicholas right up front here, just opening that gap further and further. Right now that 4 machine inching away from the field. David Duke there in 2nd. Brent in 3rd. And that gap in those front 3 cars, pretty much stabling out. Now, we're going to have pit stops here probably within the next 2 to 3 laps, and this will be their final stop of the night, as all the leaders can make it. You see the 5 coming down, but he's got tons of damage on the front of that car. It's not going to make much of a difference for him tonight at this point. And right now, everybody fighting their way through 63 of 100 complete. 63 of 100 on the board. You see Nicholas Anderson still out front. And Nicholas opening that gap now to 2.1 seconds. David Duke is actually kind of just in his own zip code here. He's 2 seconds behind the leader, but yet again, he's about 2 seconds ahead of third. So he's in his own little county right now. Nobody even near him at this point in time. 64 on the board. We're just kind of waiting for these guys to start hitting pit road. Todd just hit pit road, but he is 1 lap down. Still waiting on your race leaders to come down here at lap number 64. And they should be coming anytime. They ran 40 laps on this stint, so they can make it from here to the end. So you won't see them wait too much longer, I don't think. I wouldn't imagine anyway, as they work their way off of turn number 4. .65 of 100 right now complete. David Duke in second, Brent in third, Justin in fourth. See Justin right back here, 1 car underneath of him here. Be careful, that's the 5 down there underneath of him. He must have used a fast repair because he's back up and going. But again, he is 2 laps down. He's back there in 9th. 2 laps down. Right now out in front of the field, Nicholas hanging on. Anderson second, David Duke in third. Or excuse me, David Duke in second, Brent in third, Anderson hanging on to the race lead. 2.8 is the gap now. And he is just inching away ever so slightly every lap. Consistently a tenth or 2 or 3 tenths faster. Somewhere in that ballpark, and he is just opened that gap out in that number 4 car. Unbelievable job of doing that. At DuPont number 4 pulling away here at the front of the field. Again, we're 67 laps complete in this one, folks. It's been an interesting race once we've got everything kind of settled out and got through the rash of cautions that we had earlier. And now, as we're coming to 68 this time by, still waiting on the race leaders to hit pit road. Still pretty early on. Well, right now, that 4 machine out in front just really doing a great job keeping that gap at about, 3 to 4 seconds. But as I say that, new car on pit road, David Duke coming down, taking 4 fresh tires. Now he will have a lap or so fresher tires for a few laps until Anderson hits pit road. He does that here, nice and easy. Don't lock your brakes up. Now he will lose a little bit of the lead that he had, but I don't think it's going to be too dramatic. I think he'll still easily hang on to it in front of the guys he was in front of when he comes back out. right now as they work their way to pit road. You see the 4 hit his box here. He's in that final stall. David Duke's coming back up to speed. You see David Duke, he's coming through 3 and 4 now. And this should be your battle for your race lead when all this cycles through. Nicholas, changing 4 tires, he'll get rolling. Here comes David Duke. You see David, he's made up quite a bit of ground. I can already tell how this is going to play out. There is the 4 as he tries to beat David. Coming up to speed here. David Duke, where's he going to come out? There comes David. He'll go by him. This will be for the race lead. And David, by pitting 1 lap earlier, pulls it off. Made up 3 seconds. Wow. In 1 lap on that fresh set of tires. And compared to Nicholas, Nicholas is going to be a little ways back. It's going to be about a second gap. And that's what you get by pitting early. It's that 1 lap that they're still out there on old tires and you're coming up to speed on new ones. And you can see how it paid off. David Duke right now, ahead of Nicholas. Nicholas will start trying to track him back down. Now keep in mind they're in 5th and 4th right now. But Jonathan Lee has still got to hit pit road. Justin's on pit road now. And Henry has still got to come down pit road as well. Actually, he's coming now as well. So that will hand the lead back to David Duke when it cycles through. And you see David right now hanging on, doing a great job in 2nd. He's trying to close the gap back down to Jonathan, or try to open the gap back up. And Nicholas right there, right behind him. You see 0.5 of a second. He's trying to maybe gap back out in front of him, but it's not working right now. The 4 doing everything he can to catch that number 76 or 78 machine. Again, the 4 had the lead, but due to pit strategy there and pit stops, cycled out to David Duke, getting in front of him here. David made a lot of time up on that pit cycle. See how it plays out at the end here. Again, Jonathan has a big lead over these guys, but he's going to have to come to pit road here very shortly. So what you're looking at right now will become your battle for the race lead. I mean, Nicholas is so strong here. David's going to have to come up with a way to maybe keep him back there. Down the front straightaway here, a lap car right there in the mix as well. They'll work their way to the bottom. Nicholas, he's going to peek outside here. If he can get to the outside of that 78, it's Dunsky's. Not going to happen here. He's going to drop back in line. He'll get the run off of turn number 2. Duke doing everything he can to keep him back there. I'll give Duke credit. He is trying to hold off Nicholas trying to do anything he can to get by him. 74 100 complete this time by. Oh, look at this, to the apron. This could be it. Nicholas on the bottom, and he will clear David Duke. Back to the race lead goes that number 4. David Duke tries to cross over. He gets right there on that rear quarter panel. There's a lap car in the 5. David goes to the bottom, 3 wide. Great move by David now. Great crossover. And this may give him the lead back here. What a move. Crossing over to the 78 underneath Nicholas. Nicholas powering back on the outside here. Side by side down the front straightaway. Lap cars coming into effect once again. Look at Nicholas pinch David on the apron. Oh, the lap car pinches. Oh, boy. Trouble. And David Duke has to get on the brakes. And that is going to let Nicholas pull away. And David's got to be so frustrated right now. He got trapped behind that lap car. Nothing he could do. And now look at the gap. 0.4 of a second. Oh my goodness, what a battle through traffic. Nicholas Anderson coming out on top, and he'll start to pull away here. 24, now 20, looks at 25 to go here. What a battle at the front of the pack here tonight. 76 or 100 in the books. And folks, I'm going to go crank it up one more time here tonight, and we'll be back with you till the end here at Auto Club in just a moment. Alrighty, folks, back here with you. Nicholas out in front of the pack here. Coming to 19 laps to go this time by. Great run here for Nicholas so far. Nicholas Anderson held on right now that gap 0.8 of a second. He's done a great job all night long. And that's going to continue here as we're getting ready to come down to the last 19 laps of this one. You can't ask much more from Nicholas, the run he's had. He got back by David Duke, and once he's gotten back by, he's opened that gap up. And I'm telling you what, David trying to close it back in again. He's going to have to work his butt off to get there, though. That is for sure if he's going to try to go get something done with that number 4 of Nicholas. Right now down the back straightaway, it's a 1 second gap between the two cars. Coming to 18 laps to go this time by. Been a great night already. How is this thing going to wind out here? We're about to find out. As right now we got 18 to go. David Duke trying to close down, trying to catch. Nicholas doing a great job just maintaining where he's at. Let's hop on board with Nicholas here and look back at David Duke just to see, give you an idea of just how far back he is off that back bumper. Man, I think he may have a chance if the 4 makes a mistake here, but he's going to have the 4 make a boo-boo to open up the opportunity for him to jump around him. As you can see, that gap is pretty far. I don't think he's going to get much draft help back there. David really going to be dependent on just running Nicholas down without draft help. And here at Auto Club, that's going to be hard to do. 17 laps to go. 17 laps to go here. See Nicholas running about a lane up further of the racetrack than David, and it's really helping him on exit. You seen him pull back away on exit there, able to hold that momentum of that 4 car up on the high line and inch away on the exit of the corner. He'll do it again down here in 3 and 4. Good run, nice solid corner. 16 to go here this time by. $16 laps to go here. 16 laps to go. These guys still fighting their way through. Into 3, 1 and 2 once again. These guys doing a great job just hanging on, doing everything they can here with just 16 laps to go. It's David Duke back there a couple of, about 1.3 seconds back now. David trying to pull back in on the 4. No real battles around the racetrack right now. This is basically what we got. It's at the front of the pack here, and these guys are just getting it around through here. 15 laps to go here from Auto Club Speedway. Right now, the 4 right around the bottom. 1.2 seconds the gap. He's just opening it up consistently a little bit more each lap. 14 to go this time by. So again, 14 laps to go this time by. And still 1.3 is the gap as they cross the line, getting ready to cross the line this time by. And the real change right now. And we got 9 cars on, well, 6 cars on the lead lap here. So, I mean, man, oh man, he has been on a tear all night long. 6 cars left on the lead lap, and he is just on pace, is Nicholas Anderson, to really put a whooping on him tonight. He'll come to the stripe this time by, and he'll see 13 more laps to go. That's right, 13 more for Mr. Anderson here. He's got a 1.2 second gap, but he at least a second or more apart throughout the field right now. Down the front straightaway, 13 to go this time by. 13 laps to go. And Nicholas Anderson doing a great job getting back in front of David Duke and pulling away in that number 4 DuPont machine. And he has proved his point here tonight as he pulls away further and further each lap. See that splitter bouncing off the racetrack as they go down the back straightaway here. 12 laps to go this time by. To go at the stripe that time. That's right, 12 laps to go, folks. Anderson doing everything he can out in front of this field. Nicholas Anderson still pulling away here, little by little, to 1.1, now a little under a second. David able to close it back up a little bit, but not enough, I don't think, unless David has saved a ton of tire I don't think there's any way he's going to get to him with 11 laps to go this time by. He's closed it down to 9/10 at the strop that time. He did close up a little bit, but he's going to need that again for about 3-4 more laps. I don't see it, man. I really don't. Off up down the back straightaway here. See him getting a little bit closer, and then the 4 will pull away, especially off of turn 2. And down the back straightaway here, we'll measure it at the stripe once again. The 4 trying to hang on through 3 and 4. And does a great corner, nice and smooth off of turn number 4. And the gap this time by is going to be at a 1.1. So he picked back up to about 1/10.5 that time. Great job for that 4 car, just managing his gap. He don't have to run away from him by a mile. He's just got to manage that gap, and that's exactly what he's doing each and every lap. Just manage that gap further and further. And back into 3 and 4 once again. That'll be 19 or 9 to go this time by. Up off the corner, nice and straight. Nine laps to go. Good job. He'll ping that lap off. 9 to go here. He'll jump to the bottom of the 81. Nice and easy does it. No reason to panic. Back through 1 and 2 once again. Down the back straightaway. Everybody doing everything they can here. It's not going to be enough. The 4 out in front of Nicholas Anderson, hanging on right now a 6/10 of a second down the back straightaway. David caught up quite a bit. Now he's going to have to work his way by that lap car as well. That'll cost him some time. 8 to go this time by. We'll measure it at the stripe. He's going to gain about 3/10 that lap. Still not going to be enough. Man, oh man. 8 laps to go here. Duke would have to be perfect each and every turn to try to run down Anderson. Anderson running a smooth line. Now back at about 8/10 of a second here. Again, these guys have ran about 24 laps on this set of tires. Both of them, actually David's ran 25. Anderson has ran 24. And at the stripe here, 7 to go. We'll measure the gap. About 7/10 of a second now. He's gained about 1/10 the last couple of laps. But can he do anything to get there? He's so close, but yet so far away. He's got to get to at least 5/10 of a second if he's going to have a shot. Look at the 4 moving around down the back straightaway, trying to break the draft. But I'm not sure if that's going to help him or hurt him here. David, nice high entry arc into the corner. The 4 nice and low. Down the front straightaway once again. Measure the gap this time by 8/10 of a second once again. These guys are about just right on each other's lap times. Actually, Nicholas was 1/10 faster that lap. 6 to go this time by. As long as Nicholas just doesn't put a real wheel wrong here, just don't see any way David's going to make that gap up. Down the back straightaway again. Let's see what happens here. Nicholas running lower down the back straightaway than David. David runs higher up the racetrack, trying to straighten out the entry to turn 3. And again, we'll measure it at the line. 5 to go this time by. Nicholas doing everything he can at the stripe that time. And Nicholas again, a little bit slower, about 1/10 slower that lap, but we'll see if it keeps going in that direction. Right now measured at 6/10 through the center of 1 and 2. The 4 looks like he washed up off the corner just a little bit more that time by. David, nice and smooth. You see how David's just holding his line, not trying to chase the 4 down the straightaway. Very smooth and methodical. The 4 trying to break the draft, but David's just kind of holding his line and not letting what the 4 does dictate what he's going to do. And now, this time by, it's going to be 5/10 of a second. Well, nope, it'll jump back up to 7. Never mind. It said we read 5 there for a second, but it's just not. It's going to be too little too late. I just don't see it. You see the 4 jumping up the racetrack there. That's where he is losing some time. But then he's breaking the draft down the back straightaway, doing a good job not letting David get a hold of the draft on him. Because if David does get close enough, I think he could make a run at it. But the problem is he's got to get close to him. He's got to get behind him, get a big run, and all these things. At the stripe this time by, let's measure it. And at the stripe, it's going to be about dead even lap time wise. Man, oh man. 3 laps to go for Nicholas. Now, he's at the point of the race where now just take care of your equipment. Don't push anything. You've done a great job holding off David so far. You've got 3 more laps to do it here. And right now, through 3 and 4, they'll see 2 laps to go. I tell you what, Nicholas does not want to see a caution here. He just wants to make it back around 2 more times to get the white flag once again. Across the stripe, 2 laps to go. Nicholas out in front of the field, 9/10 of a second's the gap. No other battle is really on the racetrack that I can see whatsoever. As we're coming to the white flag this time by, Nicholas Anderson out in front, doing a great job just maintaining that gap here for the last 20 or 25 laps. We'll come to the white flag this time by. White flag will wave. Here we go. White flag's in the air. 1 lap to go. Now, only thing Nicholas Anderson has to do, keep that car pointed in the right direction the rest of the way. He's got this one in the books, I have a feeling. Nicholas nice and low on the bottom of the racetrack. Down the back straightaway for the final time here at Auto Club Speedway. White flag is in the air this time by. We'll see the checkers wave. Nicholas Anderson, great job out in front, is going to come by out of turn number 4. Checkered flag will wave. Congratulations to Nicholas Anderson in that number 4 machine, picking up the win tonight at Auto Club. What a race. Good job by him. And congratulations. So Nicholas will slow that car down. Wow, what a run. He led 82 laps tonight. A little bit of congratulatory bump from David Duke right there behind him. What a race here. Let's see if we can get Nicholas and talk to him. Man, oh man. Nicholas Anderson hanging on to grab the win, leading 82 laps on his way to victory here tonight. What a great job there. We'll watch that 4 machine do donuts here tonight. Congratulations to Mr. Anderson. Wow, what a run. Holy cow. And we'll be right back with your post-race interview here in a moment. Alrighty, back here we got Mr. David in the booth with David. You did a heck of a job trying to run down that 4 machine. How hard was it out there trying to get back to his bumper, my friend?
It's tough with the arrow tight coming up on that. I was gaining a tenth here, 10th there, and then I bounced off the apron coming out of 4 with about 7 to go, and it kind of killed my momentum. But I was able to rally back a little bit. But I don't know. Nick had the best car, clearly.
Yeah, you did a great job there. You battled back. It was a great race to watch. Talk to me about that battle coming through the lap traffic there.
It was tough. As wide as this track is, it doesn't, for whatever reason, seem like it gives you a whole lot of room to negotiate a whole lot of stuff. I mean, I know it's a wide track, but man, it gets.
Yeah, boy, I know that, man. You did a great job fighting your way through there. Anybody you would like to thank here tonight, my friend?
Yeah, I got a couple sponsors on my car. Jefferson's restaurant here in Middle Tennessee, and CMC Fabrication in Concord, North Carolina. Man, it's a good race. Nick had his cut.
10-4, buddy. Well, great job. Great finish here tonight, man. Congratulations on second.
Thanks.
All righty, Mr. Nick. You got a copy on me, buddy?
10-4.
Well, man, what a great job you did. You held on to the lead there for the last 23, 24 laps, whatever it was. Once you got back out front, you did a good job just minding your gap and making sure David couldn't get to you.
Well, it was, with this new tire package and new aero package they're running with the 550 horsepower, it's all about tire conservation, really. It was kind of just trying to keep in front, get the clean air on the nose, and that kind of helps my tendency, I know, as a driver to kind of destroy the right front. So keeping the clean air was big, and kind of just gauging that gap behind, trying to figure out how much I had to push. And yeah, David, he ran me hard the whole race and kept me on my toes, that's for sure.
Well, man, you did a great job hanging on there. It was a great job hanging on, and congratulations, man, and you did an awesome job driving out there tonight, my man.
All right, thank you. And I'd also just like to say, if anybody's listening, happy Memorial Day. Got to remember this is our most solemn holiday in the country, and we need to remember what the reason for the holiday is. So thank you, and I hope everyone has a good night.
You too, buddy. Congratulations on your win here tonight, my friend.
Thank you.
Nice run, Nick.
We're going to get ready to get on out of here. It's been Matt with Extreme Sim TV. Great race here tonight. We'll see you back here next Saturday evening as well for some more great racing action. Till then, everyone stay safe. Have a great night.